Hello everyone, this is Hazel Lucia Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Stephanie and today's reading is about what messages or advice your ancestors have for you. This is meant to be a Day of the Dead themed reading, but it is timeless, so you can come back to this whenever you feel like hearing any messages from your deceased loved ones or maybe any ancestors in your family lineage that want to pass on some advice, or maybe you just want to hear some encouraging messages from them. So I am Mexican American. My family is from Mexico, and I decided to do something a little different today, a little bit more with the season. We do celebrate Day of the Dead, and this is basically just honoring our deceased loved ones by making an altar, filling it with beautiful flowers, pictures of them, and all the things that they enjoyed when they were living. But I decided to do something with regarding ancestors because I really feel everybody could benefit from this kind of paying homage and respect to the people that have come before them in their family. Or even maybe if you just have a loved one that isn't your family but has passed on and you want to hear from them, a friend, maybe a neighbor, this will be a reading for you as well. But regardless, we have 3 piles here for you today. We have pile 1 with this carnelian heart, pile 2 with this smoky quartz heart, and pile 3 with the selenite heart. So I encourage you to take maybe a moment of silence for the deceased past ones, take a few deep breaths, and I'll be ready for your reading whenever you are. Hello there, pile 1. If you chose this lovely carnelian heart, then we have a reading here for you today about what messages your ancestors have for you. So we're going to start with the angel guidance oracle card to see what their message maybe. We have love. Negative thoughts and feelings are sabotaging your pursuit of happiness. We, your angels, are here to help you heal. Allow our healing light to flow through your heart. Consciously infuse each negative thought or feeling with love and light. Feel both your heart and mind aligning to your soul's sacred purpose and unleash your divine potential through the power of love. Yeah, when I was meditating for this pile, I just received such an overwhelming amount of light and love. And I just want you to know, pile 1, that you are very loved by those who have passed before you. And there's a lot to do with opening up your own channel to heart. This is receiving as well as giving love. So I really feel a lot of you are being called to truly understand what love is. Because we seem to think that love is just a noun, just a thing that we give or take or that is passed around. But the truth is, love is a verb. It is something we do. It is something we show that we do give, but through our actions, and that we do receive, but also through the actions. And being appreciative and grateful for love is also something that is coming through for you, pile 1. Let me keep this like this just in case you want to zoom in on it while we're doing the rest of the reading. I do have your oracles here to see what other messages your ancestors are coming through with, and then we'll dive into the tarot and advice. So we have Shaolin Master. Be graceful in movement and action. Yeah, what was I talking about with love being something that you do? But I'm also hearing, so some of you are being asked to, I'm hearing pray, but also meditate, something where you really come in contact with source energy. I really feel like some of you feel, how do I say this? Not blocked, but almost like you don't do it enough. And the more you do it, the better you will feel when it comes to loving yourself. The more you will understand what love is. We also have Stag, Trust and Thrive. Some of you may have ancestors that hunted or that were hunters. I don't know why that's coming through. So if that resonates, take it. If not, this is just saying to be out in nature. I feel like some of you may be earth signs. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, or could really benefit from being out in nature, because some people do feel a divine connection when they're out in nature. We also have Standstill, and I'm reading this. It's funny that the colors are very similar to the Shaolin Master. Being okay with stillness, being okay with solitude, with being in that meditative state. I feel like some of you could really benefit from going to places that are quiet. Again, this could be nature. This could also be a temple or a church, somewhere where you could just sit in silence with your connection And this is one way that your ancestors will come through more personally to you, pile 1. You also have runes, Raido, journey, rhythm, and initiation. Some of you may be beginning something, and maybe this is why you're turning to divine guidance or to your heart. Maybe for some of you, this journey will be a journey of your heart, like learning to love yourself. And that could just be like an internal journey, not an actual going from one place to another. But for those of you who are traveling, I feel you will understand how to better relate to people, as well as how to see the similarities, how to see in how people, the similarities in all kinds of people, as well as to understand what humanity is all about, the love of humanity. We also have selenite, perception, spirit, light. It's funny, if some of you were thinking about choosing pile 3, the selenite heart, I think this is a confirmation that you can go ahead and go to that one. There's probably some messages in that one for you. I haven't done it yet, but this is just a little future self message coming through. Perception, spirit, light. Yeah, lots of light, lots of love coming through. And play, have fun, celebrate, don't be serious. Yeah, I feel like some of you could benefit from being a bit more playful in your life. Let me make sure that they're all in the shot. Yep, they are. So it's funny that the selenite was calling, because I was walking past several sticks of selenite in my house, because I do own a lot of them, and they just kept glowing. So I'm wondering if this is like one sign that your loved ones are near you, if like you suddenly start seeing things glow, whether that's selenite or not, or whether that's just like maybe you're outside and you're like walking and you suddenly see like just a lot of light on like some flowers or in the trees, like the sunlight just seems exceedingly bright. Know that that is them giving you an embrace, like the warmth of a hug is what's coming through. When I was meditating for this, it's really interesting. I saw like a portal. It was a triangle and like, or a pyramid, and it was like light emanating from it. And I feel like some of you have had deceased ones that may have passed recently, and if so, they want you to know that they have passed. They're not lingering around anymore. They're not within conflict of whatever went on in the 3D life, of course. And I see this a lot in when people pass, whatever burdens that they've had, whatever human stuff that they had whenever they were living, they've left that behind. That includes the pain, that includes the family drama if there was any, and that includes any difficulties they may have had while they were living. They've left those behind. And sometimes this is why I feel some people feel a sudden relief whenever people pass. It's like, well, they're no longer suffering. They're in a better place. Your ancestors, if they have recently passed, they're letting you know that they've passed on to the light. And they're always here with you. It's really lovely. For some of you, I feel like whoever passed recently, if that does resonate, was very playful with you. And they're encouraging you to be playful as well. And it's funny, there's a little martini glass, little margarita glass. I wonder if some of you like to drink with this person, like even if it was like a parent or a grandparent, as we get older and we're in that age where we can finally have, adult activities with our own parents, like they like to drink with them. And maybe that was one way that you two bonded, or that you two were able to, just have fun, drink a little, responsibly, and just enjoy yourselves. With trust and thrive, I feel like some of you are going forward on a journey. Maybe it's a new business, maybe it's a new job, maybe it's something where money is involved. Trust and thrive. They're asking you to just trust that everything will be given to you, because only through trust can you thrive, if that makes sense. Some of you will thrive regardless, and you will say, oh, it wasn't trust, it was just dumb luck. It's not dumb luck. It's you understanding that everything is being provided for you. Because sometimes our ancestors do this. They'll come through with like small little amounts of money. Maybe it was like a tiny inheritance, or maybe you open up a book your grandparent gave you and there's like $5 in there. It's little small ways of giving you money. I always associate that with our ancestors, specifically grandparents, because they grew up in such a different time. They don't really understand the value of money, but they see a penny and it's like, oh, here's a penny. Here you go. And whenever you do this, and if you're able to, pick it up and just say thank you, and then put it in your pocket, even if it's just a lucky penny. I feel like that's a cute little practice to keep around to really get you in the mentality of abundance for you, pile 1. Be graceful in movements and action. This makes me think of being grateful as well, because for some reason, I associate gratitude and grace as the same thing, even though I know they're not. They sound similar to me. So maybe somebody's name is also Grace, by the way. But they come through, and I don't know, I think you're just being called to maybe keep a gratitude journal, or just practice, thanking yourself every day, or thanking the universe every day for small little things, whether that's just, waking up in a great mood or the beautiful weather, small things. These ancestors specifically are talking about like enjoying the little things in life and really finding the beauty in the everyday mundane things, because they can be rather beautiful, even if it's just sipping a cup of tea or going out for a drive. Maybe it's a particularly longer drive and you see, I don't know, the leaves change, or the sun just shining brightly. There's a lot of sunlight coming through, lots of light in this reading. With selenite, I also feel like a lot of you have a very strong connection to spirit, because this is the crown chakra. And some of you might be Tauruses, because we actually have Taurus right here, which is odd because I've never really associated the crown chakra or selenite with Taurus, because I am a Taurus. But maybe somebody that you know, or you yourself, are a Taurus. And of course, the stag, I think it's more closely associated with like Aries or Capricorn, so you can take those as well. But I am getting Taurian energy, because Tauruses can be rather simple. Like, sure, there are Tauruses out there who love luxury, but then there's also ones that like very simple things as well. It's two sides of the same coin. They just like their creature comforts. And because money was coming through as well. For some of you, maybe there was a lot of music involved in your family. Like maybe you come from a long line of musicians, whether that was singers or somebody who played piano or stringed instruments, any kind of instrument, because with rhythm and play, or maybe music was just very important to your family. Maybe you guys like to dance every holiday, like maybe for Christmas you'll put on records and sing or dance around, or just enjoy the good vibes. There is a little bit of a party energy here, but it's not like crazy partying. It's more like having a good time, like having an evening in and having a good time. It's that kind of energy. But yeah, lots of crown chakra. I wonder if some of you, through meditation, you'll be able to tap into that heart and crown energy. Some of you are very creative, by the way. There's a lot of orange coming through. And you did choose carnelian, which to me is a stone of focus, but it could also be used for creativity because it's the sacral chakra as well. With the card standstill, this looks a little bit like, well, I think it is a swamp. So maybe some of your relatives lived near swamps, wherever that may be. In the US, that would be Florida, Louisiana, and any of the states along the, like close to Louisiana, because I've traveled through that area, so I've seen it, like where the trees just go down into water. So, but what that is also giving me a visual of is trees are something that lasts forever, but I feel like whatever you are building, whatever you are trying to go forward with, is being rooted in emotions, because water is emotions. And in some cases, this could be like a family business, or something rooted in wanting to better your family, whether that was financially, or with a product that will improve, or a business or a service that will improve the way your family does things, if that makes sense. For example, if you invent like maybe some type of medication to ail a very specific ailment, and maybe somebody in your family had that ailment, it's that kind of line of thought. I feel like when you really have heartfelt projects like that, they're more capable of being prosperous, because there's so much heart behind it. So yeah, lots to do with the heart here, pile one. Listen to your heart, and I feel like your heart will guide you to what you need to do in life. But yeah, this is very lovely energy. I felt goosebumps as I was trying to start this reading. I felt excited too, because I feel nothing but love here. Like, I know Day of the Dead has a lot of skulls and kind of macabre imagery, but that's just, the goofy sense of humor that Mexicans tend to have. They're not afraid of laughing at something that's not supposed to be laughed at. But let's move on with your tarot. We are using the angel tarot cards. Lots of angels here, lots of angelic stuff, because these are deceased loved ones. However, this deck is huge, so I'm sorry if my shuffling is not the best. I have tiny hands and a huge deck. So we're going to choose some cards for my lovely, beautiful pile one. What messages do their ancestors have to tell them? Or maybe advice. We have 12, Awakening, Archangel Gabriel. Look at things from a different perspective. A temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. We have that word standstill again. That is so interesting. Somebody could be named Gabriel, by the way. We also have... I'm not going to attempt to shuffle anymore. I'm just, yes. 4 of Water. Missing an opportunity, discontentment, or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities. Yeah, I feel like some of you are a little shut off right now. Whether that's to your connection or to what's in front of you, I'm not sure, but I guess we'll find out. We also have 3 of Pentacles. The power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work. Be a team player. Yeah, like I said, some of you are very creative and you're not even aware of it. We also have 5, Unity, Archangel Sandalphon. Traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organization. Seek out mentors and like-minded friends. This would be the Hierophant or the Hierophant in tarot, traditional tarot. And Awakening, number 12, is... oh my god, I forgot. I'll find out. I'm sorry for that, pile 1. I should memorize my numbers, but in all fairness, in a lot of these tarot decks, sometimes the numbers are switched. But let's see. Because if 13 is death, then 12 is... Figure that out in a moment. Let me move on with the rest of the cards. We have the Mythos Tarot, which is a Greek god-based deck. And I almost didn't use it, but I was being called to use it because for some of you, your past ancestors like taught you how, or told you the stories from Greek mythology, and you would resonate with it. So this isn't me just trying to use my favorite deck. This is me taking advice from spirit. We have the King of Swords, Uranus. So whoever may have passed could have been somebody who is definitely very good with words, or could have had Uranus in their chart. This would be this would be thinking outside the box. Or there were definitely people who broke the mold in your family, or they could be encouraging you to do so as well. To clarify the 4 of Cups, we have the 7 of Wands, Soteria. This is really cute with the bunny. Maybe some of you learned your love of animals through your family. Or maybe you owned like a farm. We have the 8 of Swords, Medusa. Again, with not being able to see something, some of you feel like you're trapped. And then to clarify 5, Unity, we have the 5 of Cups, Leith. I feel like 5 is an important number for you. Pile 1. And no back of the... I have no space. I'm wondering if I should move some of these flowers. But to get back to you on number 12, in traditional tarot, that would be the Hanged Man. So yeah, a change of heart. Definitely breaking the mold in your family. I feel like a lot of you are doing things in your family that nobody else has done before. And it's almost like it's going to polarize some people in your family. Like some people are going to be very supportive of it. They're going to think it's amazing that you're doing this, that you're finally able to do something that calls to your heart, that is good for you. And then there's going to be those people, and there's people like this in every family, who are just going to do nothing but like throw shade on you, or maybe not support you, or maybe just feel jealousy for whatever reason. These people, they have their own garbage and demons to work with, and your ancestors are telling you don't worry about them. They got their own stuff going on. It's none of their business. It's none of your business. Just ignore them. Specifically in the family, because like I said, with the Hangman, this is a shift in perspective. This is a standstill, but just so that you can better clear your thoughts and better gather your I'm hearing images, to better gather images and to better gather information and data so that you can move forward with it. I'm not sure why images. I was going to say gather your thoughts, but same thing. I feel like some of you are doing research on something to move forward again, with your career, with your studies, with your research, whatever it may be. And the King of Swords here is a wonderful card to have along with this, because we have awakening, and then we have the most logical card out of the entire tarot. The King of Swords is somebody who knows how to think with clarity, who knows how to think logically, a lot of brain power here. So yeah, and with Uranus, I mean, this is the Titan Uranus, but I'm also thinking of the planet Uranus in astrology, which is that of ingenuity, thinking outside the box, creating something new, creating something very bold as well, and something different, something that stands out. And I feel like you are either coming onto something like that, pile one, or you are that kind of person. With the Four of Cups and Seven of Wands, there has definitely been some emotional turmoil here. I feel like maybe in your family, there's been some kind of, you've had to choose between whether you want to support the family physically by being there, or support them by not being there, by working on the things that you know will benefit them in the long run. And Seven of Wands energy is making me think that it's been rough. It's been rough, and it's almost felt like a battle. It's definitely felt like a struggle or a fight. I am going to read the book a little bit on to see what I can get from Soteria for my beautiful pile one. But whatever you are about to come into, whatever you are developing, whatever you are creating, it's really lovely, because your ancestors can tell that you're going to heal not just your family, but the collective. Goddess of safety, salvation, and deliverance, a mysterious figure in the lore of the gods. Soteria was the goddess of safety and preservation from harm, her name being invoked as a sanctuary. I'm getting prayer, which is interesting because she is a god of safety and salvation. So even if you don't pray, I feel like, how do I say this? Protect yourself is what the message is coming through. So some of you may do this through prayer. I know that's how my grandmother taught me to protect myself, is to pray to my guardian angels. But for those of you who don't pray anymore, or who don't have that kind of spiritual practice anymore, this would be to protect yourself, and to protect yourself through divine light. I feel like the better you protect yourself from the outside energies, from the outside clutter that wants to come through and like distract you, you'll be able to better do the things that you need to do. Because I do feel like some of you are creating something to better people and to better humanity, or you're creating a service, or some of you could be energy healers. You could just be healers, even if it's not like for money or as a job. You could be going into that field of wanting to help others. But just do be wary of the outside energies and the outside emotions that may come through to you. With the Three of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords, Medusa, some of you may feel, or you may get into moments where you feel like you can't go anywhere, where you feel you're trapped. In the Rider-Waite, this is the person that has the blindfold and has like all the swords around them. But here we have Medusa, who is, but we can't help to see her as someone with a very tragic backstory, and even her own existence is tragic, because when you look at her, you turn to stone. And likewise, you don't think about her point of view. Every time she looks at something, it turns to stone. So I feel like some of you are really coming from a very helpless position. And again, Three of Earth, Three of Pentacles here is people collaborating. And though I usually take it to mean in the workplace, because it is money, it is pentacles, in this case, it's with your own guardian angels, or with other people that you know are of high vibration, that you know can help you, that you know come from a good place. Don't be afraid to seek help. This could also be a call to seek professional help if you're ever feeling down, or to go to your mentors. I feel like some of you really refuse help, or you just have a bit of pride about you, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being self-reliant. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be the only, to want to do everything, but there are just times where you can't, and it's okay to go seek help or talk to people, even if it's just to get a different perspective. This may be where this Hanged Man card is coming from. You might see a different perspective going to other people and asking for their opinion. People that are good and that have great intentions, not the naysayers. With the Hierophant here and the Five of Cups, some of you learn when you are meditating. You download a lot of stuff either when you're sleeping or meditating, or praying, when you're in that that moment of standstill that is coming through, because the Hierophant is someone who passes down knowledge. And I know in some decks it can also mean rebellion, so take it as it resonates. I don't read reversals. I feel if it was reversed I would say rebellion, and because Uranus is here, I feel like we're taking both sides of this coin here. So some of you are learning through this standstill. You're learning in your times of quiet, in your times of rest. The Five of Cups, the Five of Cups is a card of seeing what you have after loss. And likewise, I feel like whenever you lose something, whenever you're going through a major transition, maybe the loss of a job, of a partnership, of a connection, maybe after an argument or something of that nature, you look to see, well, what do we have left? And that's when you get the most downloads. That's when you learn your biggest lessons. But also, don't be afraid to rebel against anyone who's made you feel like you were small, or that you couldn't do anything, or that you weren't capable of doing the amazing things you are very capable of, pile 1. This is such lovely energy. Your ancestors can tell that you've been through a lot. They can tell that you feel a lot as well, pile 1. So they're just here to tell you that they love you so much and that they're so proud of you. So proud. Numbers coming through, we have, like I already said, 5. And I really feel like this Hierophant card and the 5 of Cups is it's a very important message for you. We have 3, we have 4, we have 7, 8, and we have 12. And 12 reduces down to 3 as well. Again, some of you may be calling or manifesting some people that will be helping you with your project or with your divine purpose in life. So don't be afraid of embracing people that you know are good for you, pile 1. But let's move on to your final cards, your advice. And we have tea leaves and the florography deck, because I like the idea of leaving flowers at people's graves, so that's why I chose the florography deck. But let's start with some tea leaves. We've got broken ring, parting of the ways in either romance or business. Yeah, I was getting that some of you are feeling a bit heartbroken due to something that you've left behind, but know that people are coming in to help you, or people are coming in to love and celebrate you. We also have pale, time to get out of a situation. If some of you have been wondering whether you need to leave something, you definitely do, whether that's a job, again, a connection, or maybe even a home. Maybe it's time to find a new place to live. We have fair man, dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. So if we're not talking about the specific man, then you could be meeting somebody like this. Especially if you're somebody who doesn't typically surround themselves with like a pale, fair man. I don't know why I said pale. With a blonde or gray, white-haired man. And cane. Pay attention to your health. Specifically, some of you are being asked to drink more water, especially if you're going into like the cold season. It's easy to ignore water in the cold season because you're already cold and you don't want to I don't know, I think we drink more other stuff in the cold season, but drink water and watch your sugar. And we also have bat, take care, enemies are working against you. This is just this is them telling you this, but also knowing that if you ever feel this is happening, they will be the first to give you messages about it. They will be the first to let you know or give you a sign or give you a warning. If you're ever around somebody and you feel like they're being shady, they're being shady. Like, don't think this is just you being judgmental, because I know it's easy to feel that way. Your guides will come through and let you know, yeah, this person is not good. Get away from there or get away from them. And then for florography cards, we have... I can't shuffle these neatly because I have to look away, so I'm surprised. Okay, we have the yellow rose, platonic love. A number in China and a number of other Eastern cultures, yellow represents wisdom, insight, and harmony. Yellow rose is a ray of sunshine to give to a friend, and the best way to demonstrate platonic love and care, as well as friendship. Yellow rose means happiness and joy. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you are being asked to really just enjoy the small things, to live in that energy of joy more often. Also to embrace friendship a lot more. Like, let's say you do have somebody new coming into your life, even if it doesn't end up being like a romantic situation, if you still want to be friends with them, don't be afraid to be friends with them. You never know when that kind of connection could be conductive to your growth, or conducive to your growth, whatever the word is, beneficial for your growth, or when you may need their help, or when they may need your help. They're just asking you to network more, I'm feeling. And then we also have, oranges. Maybe some of your ancestors really loved oranges. Orange blossom, chastity. In ancient China, orange blossom was embroidered onto the dresses of young brides to symbolize their chastity and innocence. The meaning of this delicate white flower continues to be linked to marriage and can be used to say everything from "will you marry me" or "I will love you forever." So a lot of ancient China stuff. I wonder if some of you have Chinese ancestry. But I'm also getting that you may end up marrying or being committed to somebody who started out as a friend in terms of love, or they're saying don't be afraid to be friends first and then pursue the romantic connection. Because I feel like some of you may throw yourselves into relationships a little too quickly, or you may be very I don't know, something about your love connections. They're just trying to tell you, be friends first. Also, the orange coming through again with that sacral energy, and yellow for confidence, which I love. But these are all the messages I have for you today, Pile 1. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I'm sending you, your ancestors, and your deceased loved ones so much love and gratitude. And if you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And feel free to give me any kind of stories or messages from your loved ones that come through in the comments. I love to hear them. This is Day of the Dead, so we have to honor and respect that. I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hello there, Pile 2. If you chose this really lovely smoky quartz, then we have a reading here for you today about your ancestors and what messages and guidance they want to bestow upon you. So we're going to start with your guardian angel card, and at the back, guardian angel, trust. All unfolds in perfect timing. You are one with divine will. Focus only on love, and all you truly desire will manifest at the most perfect moment. Be patient. I, your guardian angel, am watching over you. So I'm getting the feeling some of you really do believe in angels and guardian angels, and that you're very aware that you have them around you. Your ancestors are also here to tell you that some of them have become your guardian angels. So don't be afraid to speak with them, or use their name in prayer and meditation, so that they can better help you, guide you, or maybe just bestow some love upon you. Pile 2. It's very lovely. When I was doing my meditation for you, my ears started ringing, so I get the feeling that they give you so many messages already, and I feel like some of you already hear them, or you understand them at the very least. And some of these guardian angels or ancestors also speak several languages, Spanish being one of them, because I was hearing some Spanish words, and I was hearing just this very high divine lovely sound. So yeah, I feel like you hear them, or you will be opening yourself up to hearing them in the future or soon. But let's start with your oracles to see what else is coming through. We have the shapeshifter. Transform and unveil your gifts. Yeah, some of you are very gifted, but you don't use these to your full potential. We also have moon. Take note of intuitive messages. Yeah, because they are messaging you through divine light, through divine source, in prayer and meditation. Don't be afraid. And if you do hear them and you just feel like you're just, you feel like not following their advice, they're just here to tell you, listen, just listen to us. We also have flexibility. Ooh, I love that. This little bamboo forest with a tiger. Some of you may be Year of the Tiger, or maybe somebody important in your family was Year of the Tiger, which I know is hard to know because, but tigers are important. Tiwaz, sacrifice, justice, and spirit warrior. Some of you are doing a lot of good work for the greater good. Pile 2. You also have Bunjo, joy, optimism, celebration. I feel like you are a very happy person, or you really, really enjoy being in that energy of celebration, or you have a lot to celebrate as well. And then we have trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? And what that is like, it's basically a gut feeling. It's that little, that little thing that is calling you to do something. So yeah, the niggle you are hearing is your ancestors wanting to come through, your angels, your guides, all the good stuff you are hearing from them, that they are constantly, I feel like some of them are constantly talking to you, or constantly in a state of conversation with you. And maybe some of you are aware of this and you do, and this is just confirmation of that. And some of you, I feel, need to open up a little bit more to that. With flexibility, I feel like, and shapeshifter, they're very similar. Yeah, I feel like you're the kind of person who goes with the flow. You're okay doing anything and everything as long as that it's in everybody's highest good. And this is something that your ancestors have bestowed upon you. I am getting that aspect of them that was nomadic, that like to travel a lot, because humans, we're all nomadic. Like, we're not a creature that has to stay in a specific place, otherwise we will die. You know, we can live anywhere and everywhere. We can adapt. This is part of what allows us to go from place to place. So I feel like you, Pile 2, are very aware that you're a culmination of people from all over planet Earth. You're aware of your ancestry. You may have like one specific homeland, like one place where your family comes from, but then you're also aware that other people in your family come from here and others come from there, and maybe in your own current living family, they're all over the place. So you definitely consider yourself a citizen of the world and not a citizen of one particular piece of land on this planet. And I feel like some of you may be polyglot. Some of you may speak several languages, not just, English, or even, I feel like, and if you don't, I feel like some of you are being called to being open to speaking more languages. Like, don't be afraid to learn a different language, or of moving somewhere to learn a different language. I feel like that's definitely within you. With moon, I feel like some of you, you may have a very strong moon in your chart, or you may be a Cancer. You could also be any of the water signs, because I do associate those with the moon. And sorry, in astrology, Pisces would be another one, and Scorpio. And then in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, the moon card is associated with Pisces. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio is coming through. And I'm also getting any of the mutable signs, which is Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. So yeah, lots of, I feel you're able to be flexible and you're able to go to all these places because you trust. I'm getting that you already have that sense of feeling. And as I'm saying that, I'm hearing brakes outside from a school bus. So I'm wondering if some of you, whenever you do stop, it's because you don't know where to go and you don't know where to turn to. And I feel like this is when you have to, quote, quote, follow, trust the gut feeling, trust the niggle. I don't like saying that word. It sounds a little too much like another word that I don't want to say, but I'm just showing you this card to let you know that that's what that says. But yeah, trust is so important with you. And I feel like you already do trust, Pile 2. With sacrifice and justice, I feel like some of you have had to make huge sacrifices in your past. I'm getting, this is odd, I'm getting that some of you were the oldest one in your family, and therefore you had more responsibilities given to you, especially when you were younger. Whether that's to start working really early, like very young, or maybe you had to take care of your siblings, or kind of co-parent with your own parent, because there would have been like a missing parent if you were the children of a single parent. So I feel like some of you have had to sacrifice a lot. And if that doesn't resonate, then it could also be that you became a parent very young. So of course you had to make certain sacrifices there in order to provide for your child. So regardless of how this sacrifice energy came through, you're being asked to kind of release that burdensome energy that you are still carrying with you. You're being asked to release a lot of the heaviness that came with it, because I think you understand that you had to go through certain things to be the person you are now. But there's a little bit of resentment there, and there's a little bit of knowing that it's unfair, if that makes sense. But I feel like a lot of this has made you the wonderful, quote, quote, justice or spirit warrior that you are now. I said justice warrior. Maybe some of you work in something that has to do with the justice system. And I feel like some of you are spirit warriors as well. Transform and unveil your gifts. Some of you are very talented when it comes to your intuitive gifts, but you don't really use them. And I'm not necessarily asking you to use them like in your profession or anything. Well, maybe you do use them in your profession, but not like, you don't make it public. You don't tell everybody about it. Like, oh, I used my intuition to figure out this deal. No, it's more like, don't be afraid to use them for yourself more regularly. Don't be afraid to live in this energy of always trusting your intuition and gut and guidance, because as much as your ancestors speak to you, as much as they send messages to you, you really should. I think you're meant to be living in this energy. I feel like you learned a lot of this while growing up as well, especially if you did have to grow up a little bit faster. Part of that was them helping you throughout the way. There's so much love here. There really is. The amount of support that they want to give you is just overwhelming, pile 2. But let's move on to the tarot to see what other messages are coming through. I have noticed that there's a lot of green here, so a lot of heart chakra, a lot of blue as well. Well, a little bit of blue. That's purple or periwinkle. But yeah, lots of messages coming through for you. So I'm interested to see what the tarot has to say. I'm using the Angel Tarot deck, which I shuffle clumsily because these cards are huge. This is like the biggest tarot deck I actually have. I'm kind of surprised that they make tarot cards this huge. If you own this or if you've seen it, you know what I mean. So we have the 2 of Wands. You've come into your own. New partnerships or contracts. Continue to move forward. Yeah, you're doing great, pile 2. We also have the Wheel, Archangel Michael. A time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward. Fortune is on your side. Yeah, some of you are coming into something really amazing. I don't know if that's money or maybe like a celebration, like a wedding. But there's a lot of call for celebration here. Maybe that's why they were talking so much. They're trying to tell you all about it or like what to do. We also have, this came out in pile 1 as well, and I'm not surprised, the Hierophant, Unity, Archangel Sandalphon. Traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations, seek out mentors and like-minded friends. And then, one more card. The 5 of Wands, competing goals, bothersome details, conflict with others. So I feel like they've got your back anytime you have like a discussion with somebody or that is always opposing you, or when you're in a struggle, because the 5 of Wands is struggle. But right next to the Hierophant, it's like, no, you've got this. You've got all the knowledge. You've learned a lot, both from your spiritual connection and through life. Pile 2. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see that, but there is a bug. Let me get rid of him really quickly. Okay, I've decided I don't need that flower. Sorry about that, pile 2. He wouldn't come off. Okay, that was a stink bug. So that's interesting that the stink bug came up whenever I said you have struggles with some people. I think some people just like to stink up the place, if you know what I mean. This could be family, this could be friends. I'm hearing it's more coworkers than anything. So, pile 2, clarification for the 2 of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands, Hercules or Heracles. We have for the Wheel, 8 of Swords, Medusa. To clarify the Hierophant, Unity, we have the 4 of Wands, Hestia. Some of you may be, you might have a job that has to do with home, whether that's like home improvement or home decor. Maybe you sell homes. And then the 5 of Fire, clarification, King of Coins. Your ancestors are saying that these guys are hunky, and I'm like, yeah, but that's not what we're here for. I don't know why that came through. That's funny. Maybe you had a grandma who just really loved good-looking men when she was like really old and she wasn't afraid to flirt. Maybe likewise, you have a gift for flirting and you got it from like somebody in your ancestry. But regardless, with the 2 of Wands here, yeah, you've started something, and boy, do you have so much support with the Knight of Wands behind it. I really feel like you're very much a go-getter. Whatever you have done in your past, you've you've learned how to do what you do now because of the things that you've done in your past. Again, through that growing up a lot faster than you had to. I feel like you learned to negotiate better. You learned how to speak better, how to deal with difficult people. And in this case, it would have been like, I don't know, your siblings or something, especially if they were babies. So you took on a lot. And if that's not resonating, I feel like you will meet somebody like this, somebody who's able to handle everything and handle it rather quickly. I feel like these are people who are not afraid. There's a lot of bravery within them, and it'll influence you, it'll inspire you to be just as brave yourself, if that makes any sense. With the 10, 10 is an important number for some reason. So some of you, whatever number you were looking for, it's 10. But with the Wheel of Fortune here and the Eight of Swords, I feel like some of you thought that you were very unlucky, or that you were just handed like the worst luck, because the Eight of Swords is the card where you can't see, you feel like you're trapped, you feel like you can't move forward. And in this case, the story of Medusa is very much like that. Everything she sees turns to stone, and anybody who sees her turns to stone. So it's like a no-win situation. But the Wheel of Fortune here is coming through to let you know that you will be able to turn this misfortune into good luck. Everything will end up working in your favor with the Hierophant unity. And the Four of Wands, some of you, because the Four of Wands is a celebration. I really do see this as a marriage. Because the Hierophant in the Rider-Waite Tarot is actually a pope or a priest. And I'm thinking of two people getting married before a priest. And the Four of Wands is considered a celebration card. So yeah, I feel like some of you will be getting married soon. Maybe to somebody who has this Knight of Wands energy. Somebody who is just there for support, who's there to inspire, who's there to really bring out that fire in you. With the Five of Fire and the King of Coins, there may be some dispute over finances, and I'm not exactly sure with whom or with what, so I'm going to get more cards to clarify this specifically. So can we get a clarifier for the Five of Wands and the King of Coins? We have, there's going to be some dispute about who gets what. I feel like you may end up losing something, like maybe a bit of money, but it's going to be okay in the long run because you will be able to make even more. With the Seven of Swords here, yeah, somebody's doing something shady. So your ancestors are letting you know that just be very careful of your contracts, of the numbers you are given. Do the math like 2-3 times. And then one more card. Three of Wands. Yeah, you'll be able to move forward and know that you will be able to gain this back. Whatever you lose, you'll be able to make it back. Because the Three of Wands is somebody who plans, they're on to their next venture. They're on to the next thing that is going to bring them in that money. So don't be afraid that, oh, you may have lost a little bit, or that you weren't getting as much as you thought you were. Because in the end, everything will be fine. Some of you may be losing money to a lover, maybe in a separation or a divorce or something along those lines. Or you may be marrying somebody who doesn't make as much money as you thought they would, or you would. But again, don't worry, because your future is full of so much potential. And I'm sorry if you heard that loud noise in the background. My neighborhood is full of really loud cars this time of day, and I don't understand why. Lots of distractions today. Like I said, I feel like you may get distracted very easily. Or you may hear lots of noises that are confirmation, because I feel like that noise was confirmation of something I just said. What I just said, I forgot, because it kind of left with that truck. But let's move on to your advice cards. Numbers coming through. I already said 10, 5 as well, 2, 8, 4, 5. So 5 twice. 5 is an important number for you. 3 is also subconsciously an important number, because these weren't here to begin with. So again, there's a third party situation. Just look out for them, whoever this is that is coming to trying to swoop in and get like something out of you. It may not be money. It could just be like physical goods, or it could even just be impacting your health. And in this case, it would be mental health. They might be stressing you out a little bit, especially if you're trying to get this. Oh, okay. If you're trying to plan a wedding or trying to plan something, and people are just kind of trying to like distract you with all kinds of things, but you just want to plan this wedding and make sure that everybody gets to have a good time, that gets fed, has, everything they need. But instead, everybody's coming at you with like, oh, well, can I get this to eat, or can I get this? Everybody wants their own special little thing, but the truth is everybody's getting what they get, and they just Do make accommodations for people with, you know, wheelchairs, physical disabilities, or even diets. Do make that. But like anybody who's just asking for stupid little extra stuff, ignore them. But yeah, let's move on to your advice cards, my lovely pile two. So we have some tea leaf cards as well as the florography deck that I love because I love the idea of leaving flowers at a grave. Lots of loud cars today. That is so weird. I wonder if some of you are dealing with like car issues. We have tent, temporary situation. So if you're in a bad situation or something where you feel like you're not at your happiest, know that it is temporary. We have cracked cup, dissatisfaction with life. Yeah, this is temporary. I feel like this dissatisfaction you may be feeling or that comes up at any point in your life, it won't last forever. I think this is part of why they're asking you to enjoy life, because the bad stuff won't last forever. We have pale, time to get out of a situation. Yeah, because it was temporary to begin with. These are hard to shuffle, but I'm trying my best. We also have clouds, temporary problems. A lot of things that are bad for you are actually very temporary. So I'm wondering if you have a hard time letting go of things that shouldn't really last that long. Let's get one more. Feather, someone you know is undependable and insincere. Who is this person? For my pile 2 spirit. What messages do their ancestors have? Cain, pay attention to your health. Yeah, I feel like if you're depending on somebody to do something good for your health, it's not going to work out. You might just have to get up and leave. And one more. Bowl. Plenty of material things. Like I said, don't worry about the money. It'll come through. One more? Okay. Success. Yeah, success is provided. Success is guaranteed regardless of... Because I feel like some of you are stuck in a situation. And it's not the person you're going to marry, if you were wondering about that, especially those who are planning a wedding and you're doing that. This is outside forces. Anybody who's trying to intrude or like just be annoying. If that makes any sense. All right. And then 2 florography cards. I have to look away because I don't want to ruin it for me. I like it to be a surprise for me as well. So we have, oh, that's your flower. Alstroemeria, support. Yeah, you have so much support from your guides, pile 2. You don't even know. Alstroemerias carry strong positive sentiments of devotion, friendship, and prosperity. Give them to say, I wish you success. I am here to support you and to reinforce a powerful bond of kinship. Yeah, support and success. I feel like they come hand in hand. Some people are here to support your success. I feel like some of you feel like there aren't, because there might be some people who are like, oh, wow. You know, just people who want to talk down to you because they're jealous of your success. But no, a lot of people support you being in a better light and getting all the good you deserve, pile 2. We also have Hellbore, Scandal. It has been said that witches would collect hellbores by the light of the moon and use them to cast evil spells. Aside from these grim tales, hellbores were also used medically to treat madness. A hellbore is used to mean scandal and lies. It does, however, have a lighter side. Its capacity to not just survive, but actually thrive in the dark depths of winter. Gives it contrasting meanings of hope and endurance. So if you ever go through something where you feel like it is a scandal for whatever reason, it could be with this situation or this person or whatever, know that you are meant to thrive in even the darkest seasons. You are meant to thrive no matter what is thrown at you, because your success is guaranteed. And if you do have haters, it's because, well, you're just amazing and they don't like that you can be that way. But whatever, keep shining, pile 2. You're so amazing and your ancestors are so proud of you, and they will continue aiding you in your success. But that is all I have for you today, my beautiful pile 2. Thank you so much for letting me read for you and for letting me be in this energy. I am sending you, your ancestors, and your deceased loved ones so much love. Feel free to share any happy stories of deceased loved ones in the comments. This is Day of the Dead, so we do have to honor them and, you know, send love to this. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, Pile 3. If you chose this selenite heart, then we have a reading here for you today about your ancestors and what messages or guidance they have for you. And if you're wondering where the yellow flowers went, I found a stink bug on them and I was freaking out. So I wanted to get rid of it, but I didn't want to kill it because there's a stink bug. And if you kill the stink bug, it stinks. So my flowers got, donated to the stink bug population and whatever. But regardless, we're going to dive into your guardian angel oracle card to see what your guardian angels have to say. I feel like some of you may have been afraid of bugs growing up, and that's okay. Dreams. This is a wondrous time of healing and positive transformation. Embrace life each moment and keep focused on your dreams. Retain the purity of your vision, and you will draw success to you. All you ever wished for, even that which seemed a distant dream, is about to manifest. So some of you really like to work with manifestation in order to create the kind of life you want, or you're being called to do this, Pile 3. Some of you also have a very strong third eye chakra, which is very interesting. When I was tapping into your meditation for this reading, I got a lot of heart chakra energy, specifically up like above the heart and right below the throat where the chest is. So I'm wondering if some of you are being called to really speak your truth or to speak your dreams into existence. That or some of your ancestors could have been very gifted with this and they've passed this gift along to you. But I feel like some of you underutilize it, like you don't put it to its fullest potential. Because I do feel like some of you are only like half believing of this, the ancestors stuff, not the tarot. I feel like you're okay with the tarot and the energy healing, but when it comes to speaking with your ancestors, some of you are a little bit blocked, and that's okay. I'm just here to tell you, our ancestors leave behind a lot of the baggage that they had in the living life whenever they pass on to the other side. So don't think that whatever they had against you here in the living world, that they will carry that on. There is no judgment from them. There's nothing bad from them to you. It's nothing but pure love and pure gratitude that you are continuing their line. And some of you are even healing this line. So they have nothing but immense love for you, Pile 3. But regardless, let's move forward with our oracles. We have Autumn, release the old and rest. Yeah, some of you are being called to release a lot of things that you no longer need so that you can achieve these dreams. We also have Air Guardian, shift your perception. This makes me think of the Hanged Man in tarot. So I feel like if you haven't already shifted your perception, some of you will really be coming into that energy of getting a new perspective on this. And you guys got 3 of the Ancestor and Angel cards. Star Ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. Yeah, only then can you achieve your dreams. I love this for you. We also have Purity. It's funny, was this card not talking about purity? Retain the purity of your vision and you will draw success to you. Yeah, don't let your vision or your dreams, your goals get clouded by outside forces. Don't let it get, there is so much support from you, so much divine support and so much support from your ancestors that it would be a shame for you to allow all these outside energies to really interfere with the things you want, Pile 3. We also have Cauldron, cycles, alchemy, transmutation. Some of you are really transmuting old aspects of yourself. I feel like this goes with the crow or raven, whatever this blackbird is. I don't know why I think they're all the same. If somebody knows the difference between them, please let me know. I don't want to disrespect all these beautiful birds. But yeah, there's something magical about you. You're really learning to let go of the old through transmutation. And what that is you're basically taking negative energy and transmuting it into something positive or into something neutral, something that is much more helpful than something that just, weighs you down. And then we have Waning Crescent, acceptance, allowance, and evolution. Some of you are changing dramatically, and it's all for the good, Pile 3. Not saying that there's anything wrong with you right now, but let's face it, we all need to level up at some point. We all need to get to a better point of being. Some people like to stay stuck in the old ways that they've always been. Some people like to stay how they are, but not you, Pile 3. Your ancestors are here to tell you, you are here to be something amazing. And in order to be the thing that needs to achieve these dreams and these goals, we have to do some changing. We have to do some transmutation. We have to level up, essentially, is what I keep hearing. Maybe some of you came from my evolutions reading, how are you evolving? So I typically don't call back to a lot of my videos, but I feel like some of you are being called to see how you're evolving. So that's the suggestion. You could also check out any other tarot reading on evolution and evolving. And we also have yes, just say yes. Whether that's to that video I just recommended, or whether that's to just, accepting that we need to develop and evolve to be even better human beings than we already were. The answer is yes. And if some of you were questioning something that's like a yes or no answer, I have a feeling it's just yes. So yeah, some of you may be autumn babies, wherever you may live, whether that's the northern hemisphere. In the northern hemisphere, that would be September, November, October. How did I forget October? September, October, November. And in the southern hemisphere, I'm not quite sure. I would just assume it's the opposite. And then, of course, there's other parts of the world where it's just something slightly different. But regardless, I feel like you're being called to really let go, because when you let go, it's like getting a haircut. Sometimes you need to just get a haircut so that your new hair can come in a lot healthier and vibrant and lovely, especially if you're somebody who does a lot of stuff to your hair. I don't know why that was coming through, because I actually don't do anything to my hair. I feel like I have no place to say in any of that. But maybe some of you are hairdressers. Maybe some of you just work with hair in general, especially because her hair is all over the place here. And this guy has some pretty cool hair too. You know what's interesting? Maybe some of you or somebody in your family had heterochromia, because these two cards are from very different decks. They're opposite decks. But this wolf has a blue and a green eye, and this guy has a blue and a greenish eye. I don't know if it's meant to be blue as well, but it looks green here. So I'm wondering if this is a confirmation of one of your ancestors, one of your specific ancestors coming through with their heterochromia, or even an animal. If you had like a pet with heterochromia, like a husky or something, or a cat. I think some cats have that as well. But I'm also hearing this is trying to be two things at once, because it's very possible to be very two things. Some of you might have like not a double life, not that, but like maybe you have two jobs, two very different jobs, and you maintain both professions rather well. Or maybe some of you have two homes, and like maybe for some part of the year you live here and the other part of the year you live over there. Or maybe two cultures, something where that duality needs to come and meet so that you can accept it within yourself, pile 3. Some of you may be air signs, such Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, because I always associate this card with Aquarius too. I think because it reminds me of the star card, and the star card is Aquarius. But also the star card in tarot is coming through, and that is hope. So I feel like some of you are really a hope or a beacon of hope in your ancestry, or even just for the people around you. I feel like you evolving and you choosing to develop parts of your life as well as yourself is giving a lot of people hope that there is, that there is more out there than to just a lonely, meaningless existence is what I'm hearing. I feel like some people in your family have just gotten used to staying in a very stagnant energy. Like this is how it's always going to be, because this is how it's always been. But you deserve so much more, pile 3. And you know this, so you're willing to go after it. Your ancestors are here to tell you, yeah, shake it up. Let them say what they say. You need to do more for both yourself and for everybody else around you, pile 3. I did say you have a third eye that needs to awaken if it hasn't awakened already, pile 3. I feel like some of you underutilize this alchemical quality within you, because you have the capability to transform things. And I feel like you already know this, because you've probably done this. Maybe you've transformed like a home, maybe with painting and decorating and cleaning it up. Maybe you've transformed, I'm hearing a wardrobe. Maybe you've gone from dressing a certain way and now you dress another way, or you've like downsized to a capsule wardrobe. So you've seen bits and pieces of how this ability is within you, but some of you are kind of very resistant to accepting and working with it, maybe because there's some fear. Because I was talking about that fear of bugs earlier. So again, I don't know if some of you are afraid of bugs, or maybe, I don't know. because out of all the piles today, this has been the one that has had the most root chakra fear attachment to it. And mostly out of again, a reluctance to see what is out there. And again, I'm not here to tell you what to do. You can do with your life whatever you want to. It's up to you. But your ancestors would love to see you grow. Follow the voice of your soul. Shift your perception. Release the old and rest. And yes, I feel like this is saying yes to a journey that is going to expand your horizons. Pile 3. Some of you may have a dog, either that has passed on, that is also a spirit guide, or maybe one of your spirit animals is like a wolf-like creature. Because I want to say this is a wolf, but I'm not sure. To me, it looks like a white, like an albino husky or something. I don't know. Actually, I don't think albino huskies would have red eyes or pink eyes. I don't know. But yeah, you might be Year the dog as well. And this could be an Arctic fox for all I know. So maybe foxes are also an animal of yours, pile 3, as well as this crow or raven. This cauldron card, it's probably one of the more magical cards in this deck, the ritual deck, because I associate this with a combination of the magician and the high priestess, somebody who is both intuitive and has all the tools before them to be able to create the kind of life they want, to be able to follow these dreams. If we were to take this literally, your ancestors could be asking you to pay attention to your actual dreams, especially when you know they have some kind of story or message to say, pile 3. But let's move on to your tarot. I'm really sad those yellow flowers are gone. They were my favorites. I didn't throw them away. They're just like in a corner until that bug finds somewhere else to go. But like, I want them for this reading, so I'm kind of annoyed. Okay, we have the Angel Tarot. These massive cards that are a pain for me to shuffle because I have tiny hands. So I'm sorry that the shuffle quality isn't great. Some decks do shuffle better than others. So we have the Two of Swords, being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, pretending there is no problem. And we have 2 unicorns here. Or maybe one's a unicorn, one's a pony, because, well, no, they both have horns, they're unicorns. We also have the Sun, Archangel Uriel, happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead to success, have confidence in yourself, pile 3. Maybe somebody is named Uriel. I actually do know somebody. I actually do know somebody named Uriel, but it could also be Ariel if you wanted to take that name as well. Ace of Water or Ace of Cups, falling in love or the resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth and enhanced intuition, a new home. Specifically here, it's enhanced intuition, though it could also be either of those other ones. And then we have 7 of Cups, a complex decision, the need to do research, stop procrastinating. Yeah, I felt that stop procrastinating really, that one hit home, pile 3. Those are your ancestors calling. I think it's time for you, and you know what you have to do. It's time for you to do it. I kind of want to say no rush, but they would prefer you to actually get on with it. Okay, let's get some clarifiers here to clarify the Two of Swords. We have the 10 of Swords, Melpomene. This is from Greek mythology, so I'm not sure how to say her name. Or how to pronounce it either, because I pronounce things weird. We also have the 5 of Cups, Leaf. To clarify the Ace of Cups, we have the 4 of Coins, Epiphron. Yeah, you're holding on to something emotionally, pile 3. And then to clarify the 7 of Water, Death, Thanatos. Yeah, transformation, absolute transformation, because whatever choice you go with, you're going to change no matter what. Back of the deck energy, the Empress, Hera. Yeah, we need to step into this Empress energy, this divine feminine, this divine receiver of things that are good for you, that are nurturing for not just your soul but your life as well. Wow. Yeah. There is a specific, it's not even an ancestor, it's not even a guardian angel, it's a deity coming forward, like there's some kind of goddess energy here, pile 3, coming through. And she wants to tell you that it's time for you to accept this calling of stepping into your power, of stepping into your beauty, stepping into your most beautiful life is what I'm hearing. It's rather lovely. It's weird that she just kind of came through and kind of like came forward from all the angels and ancestors. It's like, well, you're not going to hear them. Listen to me. For some of you, I feel like, you know how Beyonce can just quiet a whole stadium? It's that kind of energy. And I feel like you are also capable of this energy yourself, pile 3, if you would just get out there and accept it. Because it's beautiful, this energy that just came through with Hera. She is the goddess of marriage and relationships. But in this case, I'm taking it more as the goddess of, like, an ultimate feminine goddess. Goddess of nurturing yourself. Goddess of beauty. Goddess of all the things that is good. I know that's more Aphrodite, but this goddess energy that is coming through is kind of like all the goddesses put together, all the divine feminine put together. So, yeah, let's move on with the tarot and, you know, thanking this goddess energy for coming through. With the 2 of Swords and the 10 of Swords, I feel like some of you have found that it's like you're rock bottom and don't know how to start to go up. Because you know that there's nowhere to go but up when you've hit rock bottom. But it's like you don't know where to start with, or you don't know how to go about it. And some of you might be pretending there is no problem. Or you think that, no, you're not stuck, you're just there. But the truth is, it's like, I'm getting 8 of Swords energy, and it's annoying because in all the other 2 piles, we had the 8 of Swords come out. But in this case, we don't get that. We get the 10 of Swords. So I feel like you're a little bit past the 8 of Swords energy, pile 3. And now you just have to accept, well, is there a problem or not? And once you accept that problem, I feel like it'll start clearing itself out. You don't even have to do much, because when you have divine feminine energy, things get done for you. You don't really have to do much except believe, trust, and accept. And that's within your own heart. That's within your own soul. It's not even a matter of like having to lift a finger. It's like, just accept that, yes, there is a problem, or maybe you might have a specific problem that you're not wanting to address. But with the Sun here, happy outcome, brilliant new ideas. Some of you are in this 5 of Cups energy where you kind of are having to constantly reassess what kind of emotions you are feeling, what's going on with you, what is good, what is bad, what emotion you are feeling. It's like they're all over the place. These emotions are all over the place. But with the Sun here, once you start accepting that certain things shouldn't be the way they are, this Archangel Uriel comes through. Or the Sun comes through. I'm also thinking of, I don't know how to say this. Just of like a divine being coming through telling you it's okay. And whatever this divine being does, I feel like it might be a higher version of yourself. I feel this is your higher self coming through to tell you it's okay. It's okay that you were feeling this for a long time, but now it's time to change, pile 3. You have so much to do out here, and I'm not talking about tasks. I'm talking about like the good for yourself and the world that is coming through. With the Ace of Water and the 4 of Coins, I feel like some of you have been holding on to certain emotions, specifically emotions, things that like are heavy and have the ability to make you cry or have some control over your happiness. You're holding on to them a lot harder than you have to. I feel like when you release certain emotions, whether that's I'm not sure, jealousy, hopelessness, you start seeing new things enter your life. And I feel like some of you are doing this already, even just hearing this. Like, you're kind of wanting to prove me wrong and be like, no, I'm letting it go right now. Some of you might be very stubborn. Pile 3, you're a very fun person. Because as soon as I said, you're holding on to stuff, you're just like, nope, no, I'm not. So it's very interesting. I feel like you do need that push, that nudge towards certain things. Because what's underneath the Empress? We have the Ace of Cups. Again, this is very interesting. Let me put you right there. Then we have the 9 of Cups. Yeah, wish fulfillment is right there for you. All you have to do is accept that you have to let go of a lot of crap. And wow, strength. Yeah, you're being given strength here. With the 7 of Water, the 7 of Cups, again, you have so many options before you. And all it takes is like allowing the transformation to come through. I've been getting this metaphor like for the past days now. So the idea of diving into whatever it is that you want. So say you want more joy in your life, just dive in. Like let go of all inhibitions and just jump in that water. Almost Yeah, because we have the water here. I feel like some of you just need to dive into whatever it is that you want. Dive into that transformational energy. Dive into that quote, quote, death energy of knowing that you are going to be reborn as something so much more amazing. The only death happening here is the death of your old self. And it's interesting that your ancestors are the ones that have to tell you. Why is it people from the dead having to tell you, hey, death is just transformation? Because they themselves are not dead. They are with you. Their love is with you. Their soul is with you. The only thing that died was their physical body, and that's liberated them because that means they can come through and speak to you more, be with you more, support you more. If you will only open up to them and embrace them with love, embrace their love for you, because they have so much to offer to you, pile 3. I'm feeling a lot of deep breaths. I'm wondering if some of you are learning to do breath work or learning to work with your breath to release emotions and release energies that no longer benefit you. This is all very lovely energy, pile 3. Also, this balance of divine and masculine, of feminine and masculine, divine feminine and divine masculine is coming through, because we have like an equal number of women and men in this pile for the gods and goddesses. Which is weird because I don't think that's happened in any of the other piles. I feel like some of you just need to learn to rebalance, because with 2 of swords here, that is a balancing card. In this case, it's balancing out like your options, but for you, it's also balancing everything out, balancing everything else out in general. Numbers that are coming through, we have 19. Some of you may be going back to the age 19 and certain things that happened around that age that were like a pivotal point in your life. We also have 10, we have 5. We have 5, we have 4, we have 3, 13, the ace, well, not the ace twice, and 2. I feel like counting down your breaths could really help, or setting small steps, like this is step 1, step 2, step 3. I feel like some of you like to follow a certain order of things. So if this is one way that you can get out of this energy that you're in, then so be it. Like, make up little steps to get yourself out of a certain situation so that you can better thrive and get into this number, what's the highest number here, 19 situation, so that you can eventually move on to 20, 21, and then 21 is the world actually. Oh, that's beautiful. There are 22 cards, but remember 0 is the Fool because it takes 0 as a number in tarot. But regardless, let's move on to your closing advice, my lovely pile 3. I feel like you'll find that you're able to have a lot more fun and joy once you release a lot of what you've been holding on to, because it's been preventing you from feeling joy. All right, we have your tea leaves here. So for my lovely pile 3, what messages are their ancestors and guides wanting to tell them? We have March, so the month of March could be important. We also have money path. A path with money is awaiting for you to find it. Yeah, I was wanting to say a lot about finances, but I feel like it had to start with your emotional groundwork first. We also have wealth. Yeah, a lot of this is surrounding money. We have career and career as well. Yeah, some of you, your emotions are the key to more abundance and a career that makes you happy. We also have dragon. Beware of self-delusion. I do feel a lot of you have a little bit of self-delusion. So let's get out of the Lulu land for a little bit. Dragons could also be important. You might be Year of the Dragon. Or Year of the Dragon, which is coming up, 2024. Could be important as well. We have November, which I am... Day of the Dead is actually in November, like the first days of November. And some of you could be born in November. Let me know if this was actually all about money, because I feel like I was talking a lot about emotions, but then it ended up being about career. Mice. Discord among friends or family. Which I've been getting cards like this in every reading. I get it. It's ancestors. We're talking about family here, so just disregard it. They could be having some discord about money, but once you get yourself out of this self-delusion energy, this holding on to things that you no longer need, even though you think, I feel like you hold on to them because you think they make you stronger. They don't, pile 3. They just hold you back. What makes you stronger is following your light, following your calling, following your joy, and following your heart. That makes you stronger. And then some florography cards. Let's lay down some flowers for our ancestors. We have, ooh, red rose, romantic love. Some of you may be getting a romantic interest coming through. And maybe they have something to do. Maybe they were born in November or March, or you meet them in November or March. And some of them might have a bit of wealth. Some of them might be Year of the Dragon. If you already have a romantic interest, this might just be confirmation that you will attain wealth with them, or that you might meet them in your path to this career. And we have tulip, perfect love. Wow. I'm getting this to mean not just the perfect love from your person, but a perfect love of yourself, of life, of everybody else. Love is here for you, pile 3. I don't even have to read it because I already know. Your ancestors are sending you so much love. There is love around you. You yourself are an embodiment of love. So how can you deny love when it is what you are? Like, yes, it's also a verb. It's something you do. You both show it and you give it, and you know, it's something that's always in motion, in movement. But you are also an embodiment of love. So why deny what you are? You are so beautiful inside and out, pile 3. And I wish you nothing but love and luck. And I'm sending so much love to you and your ancestors and your family. And if you feel like sharing any kind of stories about your ancestors or your deceased loved ones, feel free to do so in the comments. Feel free to like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care.